So I've noticed that in these last sessions I've been moving toward large format information. I'm going to change direction and focus back toward the individual player and small format, or 1 to 4-ish players, and how those fit into the larger team. With that said, let's look at the individual and how they can affect the game. Our first topic will be the player's area of influence. What is influence? By definition, it is the capacity to have an effect on the behavior of someone or something. For example, the someone will be the opponent, the something will be the ball. We have an area of influence on defense and on offense. We will start with defense, as understanding a player's AOI as a defender will assist us in understanding our AOI on offense. We will discuss 4 levels or tiers of defensive areas of influence, or AOIs, and their nicknames. Starting from level 1 to 4, we have Press, Shadow, Lurk, and Prepare. The different levels or tiers refer to the area or space covered by the given level, and the nicknames give a quick reference of its purpose. In general, the area works from level 1 to 4 or close to far. With level 1, we have Press. In this first level, we are looking at the immediate area you occupy. This area size is determined by your physical attributes and quickness or close tackle technique. Some examples are body type and quickness and reaction. If the defender has longer arms and longer legs, they have more reach to apply contact and to try to win the ball. This means that their area of influence for level 1 will be bigger than someone that may be shorter. However, a defender's quickness and reaction speed will also determine the size of this level 1 area of influence. If they are very quick or they react to certain cues faster than others, their area will be larger than the slower person or those that don't see the cues. This level is usually utilized while covering or pressing an opponent. Easiest way to think of level 1 is, are you in physical contact with the opponent? Yes? Then the opponent is inside your level 1 AOI. Now, as we call this an area of influence, what are we influencing? In level 1, you are influencing the opponent by applying physical pressure or contact on them. Some examples of why we want to apply this level 1 AOI is to influence the opponent with physical pressure to make them uncomfortable, to entice them to a desired area or direction, and to not allow them to make any forward motion. We influence the ball in this level in a very direct manner. We're close to the ball to attempt a tackle to win the ball or cause a mistouch by the opponent. And if the defender is away from the ball, they can make the opponent uncomfortable to perhaps move out of an optimal space or position. The next level we'll talk about is level 2, or Shadow. This level covers or cuts off the area behind you or on the opposite side of you from the ball. Easiest way to think of this level is to envision that the ball is a light source, and the shadow that you make behind you is your level 2 area of influence. This is the first level where you, the defender, controls an area that is not in your immediate area or where you are standing. You have all heard me say, or another coach say, don't hide behind the defender. This is because you are standing in the level 2 area of influence, or the shadow of the defender. Your teammate cannot pass you the ball if you are in this zone because the defender is controlling it. That is, a direct pass will be blocked or intercepted, and a chip would either go too far over your head or be touched by the defender's chest or head. Know that the shadow can grow or shrink dependent on several factors. Some examples would be the physical size of the defender. Bigger and taller would equal more area that the shadow covers. The quickness of the defender. A higher jump or quick lateral movement can increase that area. The distance to the ball carrier from the defender. A short distance will equal a larger area because they won't be able to chip as well over you. And the ball carrier's skills. If the ball carrier has superior skills or ground moves, passes, chips, different tools in their toolbox, they can make that area behind you a little bit smaller. You create this level 2 area of influence, and your teammates perceive this shadow to control more space and cut more lanes from the opponent. A covering defender of a teammate's press can use their shadow to cut short space options and cut runs, while the balancing teammates can perceive the ball carrier, the press, the cover, and all areas of influence and place themselves in an optimal area to cover more uncovered space and lanes. Next we have level 3 area of influence, or Lurk. In level 3 we have Lurk. By definition, Lurk is to lie in wait in a place of concealment, especially for an evil purpose. Of course, our evil purpose is to ambush and steal the ball. Here, the defender is scanning and perceiving the situation around them. This is to look for teammates' movement and direction, opponents' movement and direction, and spaces, both current and created. When we know the variables to the situation, we can give space to an opponent to entice them to move or pass into a given area. As we are lurking or lying in wait for a specific action, we can pounce on the action, movement, dribble, or pass, and trap the opponent if possible, or intercept the pass itself. Note that an interception of a pass is the most favorable result of lurking. This is due to the fact that upon winning the ball, you have less pressure than stealing the ball from the opponent's feet. An interception is a cue for the entire team to immediately transition to attack and move upfield quickly. However, be aware that if you fail on the interception, they have the cue to attack quickly, as there may be no teammate backing you up. Part of your decision to attack a pass must incorporate the variable that you have a teammate in support, or you know that you can get that ball. I will never, and other youth coaches should never, jump on you for making a decision to be brave and aggressive to attack a ball. You have full permission to make that decision and commit. However, if you miss often, we will have a discussion on the situation you perceive and find where the issue may lie. Ultimately, the decision is yours to make. Your decision is based on what you perceive and conceive from the situation around you. These elements we will discuss to give you the best information to make your best decision. The lurking area can also grow or shrink dependent on several factors. Some notable factors are physical, quickness and speed of the lurking player, and mental, in their reaction speed and ability, and experience in reading cues of the opposing team and players. These factors come down to the player's ability to cover space quickly and effectively. For example, a player may be able to cover a distance of 8 yards in the same amount of time the opponent can get a pass to their teammate inside that lurking area. This means the defender's level 3 area of influence on this opponent is approximately 8 yards. There is a lot of feel that comes with this area of influence, and that feel will become better as you can read the game and read cues. When lurking, the defender is trying to set a trap for the opponent. This can be in the form of offering space to entice them to move in, or even to stand off from an opponent to make them feel that they are not marked and request a ball, or to just simply keep them from moving to a better space for their team. From here, the lurking defender watches for the moment there is movement into the space, dribble or a pass, and closes the space to attack the player, ball, or to halt forward progress of the opponent. In any case, the lurking defender is setting a trap, so if the opponent does retain possession of the ball in this area, there is little or no options to the opponent. Finally, we will discuss the level 4 or the prepare area of influence. Here we have level 4 or the prepare area of influence. These are areas influenced on the outside of the main groups of play. For example, if the opponent has the ball in their own half, the level 4 or prepare area of influence for our fullback is the area behind the defensive line from the corner to the keeper. The level 4 area of influence for the center backs is the area behind the defensive line all the way to the keeper. For a weak side player, like an 11 if the ball is on our right side of the field, the area of influence may be from their position to the touchline if they are pinched in closer to the central channel. These are typically areas that are large and behind lines or on the weak side of the play. We influence these areas much like the level 3 lurk, but on a larger scale. As lurking, we can influence these areas by enticing the opponent to attack these areas, but with long balls in. These longer balls provide time to attack the ball on the 50-50, trap the ball on the touchline or a corner, or promote the heavy touch over the touchline or be collected by our keeper. The defender is able to keep influence on the level 4 area of influence or the prepare by constantly scanning the space, the opponents they may wish to take that space, and the opponents near the ball. The defender is looking for the nearby opponent to make a run behind, signaling their teammates that they want the ball in that space, the ball carrier to look to that space, then tuck their head down at the ball, cueing you that a large kick, pass, or cross is coming, and we're looking for the adjacent opponents to the ball carrier that may be able to receive that quick pass, then make a one-touch long pass to your space. To finish this session, we'll talk about the general use of the AOI. The individual is able to spin a web, if you will, around them. The defender impedes and deters the opponent from the immediate area with level 1 and level 2, or the press and shadow. We promote a feeling of fear in the opponent from entering this web in a fear of losing possession. Then the defender deceives the opponent by offering level 3 or lurk, where they ambush any movement action into this AOI by the opponent. Finally, the defender scans and understands their level 4 area of influence or prepare to quickly set a web in a new location if the opponent is able to gain possession on this long pass. As each player sets their web, we see a much larger web form between teammates. The trick is to understand your area of influences and the area of influences of your teammates around you. You adjust your position to apply the most coverage in a given area to increase your ability to win the ball or at least control an area to force the opponent back toward their own goal.